Hello friends, my name is Old Man Cloud and I upload daily Bazaar gameplay videos to my YouTube channel, and here we go. My last few attempts at a pig run have all errored out through connection errors, and then the runs have somehow been lost. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here, whether it'll pick up my last run or put me from the beginning. Looks like it has picked up my last run. See, it didn't miss much on day one. We picked up a Scarf relatively early and upgraded it, ran Scarf and Bushel into our day one opponent and lost. I don't think I even saw that fight. I think I started it and then the game crashed. But anyway, definitely some issues for the game to work on, but for the time being let's just focus on this run. The start with a Silver Scarf already is pretty decent. And with the way Scarf scales now, you can get it going very quickly. And Shield will do well against Weapons Vanessa, poorly against Mac in general, with Mac's Poison. So we want to be buying cheap non-weapon items to scale our Scarf. We'll also buy Hatchet for the sake of the truffles. And then we're going to sell out of this, but keep these two for potential future plays. So you can see Scarf already at 92. The problem is it does take a while to get going. Temptation to go for the Claw, but I'd also love to get the Cloak here. And I'm quite confident that we outscale Covetous Thief. Cloak on Scarf is kind of a cute idea. It doesn't go too often. Would give it a bit of haste. Probably doesn't work. But I still think I'll take Covetous. We also have the potential to grab the Safe, which would be a really nice buy-sell target for us. Scaling a little bit scary, but I think with our shield, and as long as we don't have terrible bushel timing, we should be fine here. Yeah, we'll be fine.
The rookery remembers.
So yeah, I basically lost 2 or 3 pig runs, I think, through connection errors, which is a real pain. Anyway, Safe is probably the best item we could get, which I'm going to say retroactively justifies my decision to take Covetous. We have food for our Tiny Furry Monster, but having taken Covetous, I don't think we get to level 3 today anyway. With that in mind, I'm going to take a look at medium items and grab Cash Register.
Bring it back. I want you to be happy.
And I think that's all. Let's have a reroll. I will grab Safe for the buy sell. Scarf, Silver, early makes for a very strong scaler. And without much econ, let's just take a free item that we can sell for Scarf. So let's hope for weapons. They got to level 3 already, which probably increases the chance of them being weapons, I'd say, but who knows. Any poison and we're in big trouble. It is weapons, but they do have a touch of poison with jellyfish, actually a decent amount of poison. And they have scaling shark claws, so I think that's too strong for us. Yeah, pig early game is just in a, way too strong. Pig early game is just in a rough spot. You basically try to get through the early game, trying to scrape together a couple of wins if you can with decent items. And then you try to flourish in the middle game, but that is unfortunately kind of the best you can do. So I'm going to sell. Lots of scaling here. Scarf already up to 320.
A wise investment.
VIP Pass is just such a great item. I'm going to take it because it opens up some possibilities with property scaling. Don't really care about upgrading the silver change that we get. Pig's Gym can certainly be a build around, but you need to be buy-selling weapons, and we're buy-selling Silk Scarf. Would have loved to see Money Tree before we just sold all that spare change, but maybe we can still make that work. Money Tree got changed, so that's cooldown reduces now, so I think there's potential to make a Money Tree build work. Really want you, which means we have to sell. We need 5 spots and we have 4. I'm going to sell. Cash Register has synergy with Money Tree. I'm going to sell my rewards card here. And take some items here for buy sell. all gumballs. No point playing any of our other items here. And we'll take some free chocolate bars. So we're going really all in on the scarf. Problem being that doesn't really get online until you get an enchantment on the scarf. So we really need to try to find a way to squeeze some wins in before then. Pretty sure we can take the Hoover bike, which has to be a typo, right? They scale relatively, they scale a little bit. We just have so much shield. We just have to survive their early burst. Then Uzi and Bolus will be out of ammo. And then we just have to survive the scaling on Grappling Hook and Laser Pistol, which I think we should be able to do without shield, even though Laser Pistol has been buffed. So I think we should be okay here, which I think will mean we'll get to level 4 today, or maybe we still need to pick up 1 XP. Anyway. Probably doesn't matter a huge amount when we're relatively unlikely to win today's combat. The other way to make Scarf work is to pick up a spiky shield, so we should definitely keep an eye out for that. That would be a really strong pickup actually. They have nice synergy with the timing working quite well, and our Scarfs scaled very quickly early on. So definitely keep an eye out for spiky shield. I think we've got to try for another fight, seeing as we're relatively well placed to beat anyone we come up against.
Knock some sense into you.
Nothing here we're too fussed about, but we should be able to win, which is the main thing. So yeah, look out for spiky shield. Force field would be a great pickup if we could fight the enemy that has it. Other than that, it's really all about that first enchant on Scarf. And not running up against poison or scaling builds, which are pretty much every build in the meta right now. Especially the buff to Shark Claws really hurt Pig, I think. Pig previously was able to rely on beating Weapons Vanessa fairly consistently just by out-shielding and healing its damage. Now with Shark Claw, Weapons Vanessa just has too much damage, too much scaling, too much inevitability. So it's now heavily favoured against Pig early game, which makes Pig's early game even tougher than it used to be. You're gone, and we're going to upgrade Money Tree. So that it scales faster, that's right. Especially we have decent ways of generating spare change here, so we could get Money Tree up there. Now, Pygmalion skills just aren't very good. I'm going to take a gamble on a property. That's not a good one. At all. Won't be playing a B build. This is the best we can put together. It's not good. You haste our property, even though it doesn't go off very often. Okay. Level 3 Vanessa. Praying for a terrible build, basically. There's always a chance. You do need a bit of luck early on as Pig. You love to see shield. You don't love to see that jellyfish. Can we out-heal the poison from one jellyfish is the test here. At the very least, the fight's going to go on for a little while, which means that our trees should be scaling a fair bit of value from VIP Pass, which in turn makes it go quicker, which makes it scale faster. There's great synergy there. So the long fight benefits us, and it looks like their jellyfish isn't putting on enough poison at all, so we should win this seeing as we out-shield them. Unless they get lucky with the seaweed timing, which they don't. And even if they did, I think we're fine there. So that feels really good. Feels like the build is on to something here. We're basically just playing Survival Pig, but Money Tree is absolutely a late item potential now, a late game potential with an enchant, and with the new way its cooldown reduces. Hang on. I thought you were changed. What's happened here? Has there been a shadow patch? Let me check Bazaar subreddit, seeing as Tempo deigns not to post patch notes despite having a launcher, which is a really interesting really interesting strategy, it's got to be said. There has been a patch that I didn't see. What did you do to my money tree? Yeah, they completely wrecked it. Oh, well, it was fun while it lasted. Money tree cooldown reduction removed. Cooldown changed to 4 seconds. Value scaling changed. So it's useless now. Great. Would have been nice to know that there had been a patch. To be honest. Calcinator Retort got nerfed. Philosopher's Stone got nerfed. Smelling Salts. Flurry of Blows. Lockbox. Alright, so the money tree is the only change that affects me. That's such a pain just when I thought we got it online as well. Oh, what a mess. So I think given that... So annoying. It's probably pretty much useless the way they've gutted that. It's just been completely gutted. Let's keep an eye out for small buy sells. So I guess we focus on Scarf then.
Why do my people live in forests? The cities where the wounds are.
You're gone. Scarf is going very nicely. Maybe there's still a world where Money Tree heals a lot with VIP Pass, and then we put an enchant on it. I don't know. It's the best. It's the best item we got for that spot for the time being. Anyway, that's so frustrating. It's a good time to sell out of Pig and scale further the Money Tree. Even with all that scaling, it's only healing 57. I guess you really have to upgrade it. Prince, I think we take with our heal, although he's a bit scary. Let's take Bloodreef Raver instead. Possibly could have beat Prince, but a loss would be pretty devastating. Especially because we want fights to go on for a long time for Money Tree scaling. Annoying that I wasn't able to put a Money Tree build together during the very, very brief time that it looked completely busted. But that change probably was a little overtuned, but just wish they communicated better through the launcher and the game starting. You really shouldn't be in a position where you're playing a run and you're surprised that items are no longer doing what they used to be. What they used to be doing. But anyway,
The tyrant king will not be pleased.
we carry on with our Scarf, Pig, and gutted Money Tree.
Sale, no sale.
Some good stuff here. We'll be definitely buy selling you.
I like the exercise.
Money Tree would be so good right now if it was the previous version. I think we upgrade Ganjo even though it's not super late game. And I think we are better off... Balcony just opens so many possibilities for builds. You could play something like this, although we have to put you like this. You can't benefit from everything. Then you're healing for 150 every 3.8 seconds and benefiting from VIP Pass. I think that's better. I think Bushel is out of the plans. Unfortunately, can't put Ganjo on Money Tree as well, but that's okay. Huh, Bushel is back. Always happens, doesn't it?
Oh, delivery's free.
Silver Dog is not what we're looking for. Robe could make a case for it, but I think we get enough shield from our Scarf.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Yeah, let's take long strides. Feels like we're building to some type of property build, even though it's not quite online yet. It's a great fight to see. So let's see how our Money Tree does and try to not cry about the fact that it could have been so much better. They really have gutted it, but maybe you can still make it work. This will be another long fight, which you love to see with VIP Pass. It would be nice to pick up other properties we can scale using VIP Pass, especially with Balcony sitting here. There's definitely potential for some type of property build. Maybe potential for a heal build, something like Hogwash or Luxury Tents. Pig has lots of options in the late game, which is nice. We just have to get through the next few days whilst hopefully scraping a win or two so we don't go too low down. And the first enchant can really change our life. A Mac is bad news. Where did you come from? I guess to level up. The Mac is very bad news. Poison, very bad for us. Scaling, very bad for us.
I'm huge.
If you knew
Max
what
Arm,
it was,
Retort,
you
and...
would stand aside.
Selling Calcinator, I think. Oh, he's got 2 of them. Yeah, that's going to be way too strong for us. That's even the... I'm pretty sure these got nerfed. Oh, you have to spend 3 gold to get the chunk of lead now, I'm guessing was the nerf. Still insane burners. We do our best here, but I don't think it's going to be enough, even with our very strong shield coming through. Because once that shield gets burnt through, that burn is just going to eat us alive. Still an insanely strong item. We've got to take a fight. We're pretty well matched, I think, against AI. Unlucky. Unlucky.
Gigamart's owner is the ultimate.
Alright, now we're in
Takes
business.
the deal.
We will want you. 100%. Ganjo is out of here.
Stock up.
You're an interesting chap. It's a good item. Do we have it keep in the bag? I don't think so. Not quite what we're doing at the
I
moment.
could just sell 1,000 more. Our owner might notice me.
Scarf is looking fantastic. Maybe you don't even need to get Scarf to gold to scale it unbelievably at the moment. Scoville is too good for us. I think we can take Infernal Envoy. Envoy? Infernal Envoy. Especially with our Scarf plus Spiky Shield combo now is really strong. So Scarf should proc and then Shield should proc almost immediately after it. So it doesn't give them a huge amount of time to get rid of our shield. So it's a great combo there. Money Tree not doing a huge amount, can definitely look to sell out into a different property ideally. Still a little bit upset about how that all played out, but oh well.
If the elder could see
4 income's really strong. I think we'll take that, given how early we are. You gone? You gone? Scarf is getting out of control. I think I will take the free chocolate. Can't pass up the value. And definitely some large items that we could look to incorporate in our build here.
Small things?
We use Money Tree a lot, but not enough to justify Booby Trap. And the others don't work. Interesting stuff here. Vending Machine is enough to justify grabbing it even just for today.
That was a good trade.
And Boots at Silver could upgrade to Gold, and then they will slowly upgrade our whole board as we spend money. We've got pretty good econ. I think that's actually worth it. So that now leaves us with just not enough space, unfortunately. So we're going to miss out on something. I'm not sure how the timing works. Hopefully we miss out on Truffle as the last listed item, because I'm not prepared to get rid of anything. So we improved a huge amount that day. I feel like we have a chance now against Max with the Spiky Shield build.
too big for you to steal.
You remind me of someone I fought last century.
Lots and lots of poisons, so unless we get you at Spiked Shield, you'll be beating us for sure. We don't do well against poison. But if our timing works out here, it should be fine. Oh, the slow on the shield is pretty brutal, but it's still enough. Great.
My family waits for me.
Such a strong duo in the mid game, these two. Don't work so well late game when there's so much more disruption, but for the time being, really strong duo. So we missed out on Truffles, which is right, so that's good news. Lots of tempting stuff here. We'll clear out some space first. Even with all this scaling, Money Tree is pretty useless. At least it'll be a good sell when we sell it. I'll take some Gumball scaling for our Scarf. It's just scaling so fast now, even at silver. They might want to revert that one. But we'll see. Pig needs all the help it can get in the early to mid game. Definitely take a fight. Great. Great to see a fight. We've been a bit lucky with our fights. I think we should be doing pretty well in terms of XP. And this should be no problem for our Scarf and Spiky Shield combination. Possibly could have made an argument for taking out Spiky Shield there to scale money on Money Tree. That was probably the strictly correct play, although a bit try-hard, to be honest. Now, this is interesting. Hello? Oh, not again. I don't want to lose my run. Okay, we're back. We want to reduce Scarf's cooldown, but not so much that its cooldown is so much faster than Shield. Do we want to reduce Shield's cooldown by 6%? I think that's the better play. And we want to make sure we have more than 5 items to give it its max cooldown, then reduce it, then go back to having 5 items, and now it's 7.5 and 8.1, which is really good. And then we want to upgrade our boots, bootstraps, so that they can get a move on in upgrading our whole board. There's a temptation to upgrade Scarf there, but I think longer term, boots give us a bit more value. We'll just have to keep an eye out and try to maximize the chance of them targeting a good item on our board. I think we beat pretty much any AI with our setup. Problem with this build is that a slow on the Scarf, the timing is fantastic, although we don't quite get them, which is a little scary. Let's see how we go here. Round 2. Should be fine. Problem is that a slow on the Scarf is really bad news for us. Slow on the Scarf throws everything out of whack, and then Spiky Shield doesn't do too much. Not a huge amount we can do about that at this stage, but just worth keeping an eye out on that. Great to see another monster fight. Another one we can beat as well, so we're getting pretty lucky with XP here, given the very slow start we had as well. This should work out fine. Yeah, we'd love to put some crit on the shield, but just scaling the Scarf also improves our damage. Even with Balcony and having scaled Money Tree a lot, it's pretty terrible. So it was a monster for a very brief period of time. Let's grab that. I think it's worth grabbing. Who knows? We might find a way to make use of that. Nothing here is very good for us. Are there any weapons we're looking for? Not really. I think I'll just take the regen, as useless as that is. That's pretty great amount of max health. We'll take that.
Every coin goes back to our
Mac.
community. We Asphyxians thank you.
Still only on 18, but we've got a decent chunk of money, so we can look to get 1 or maybe even 2 upgrades from the boots next day. It's Leet Mac. Hopefully we can. Well, we're not going to kill in 1, which makes things a bit tricky, and you have a lot of slow. And a lot of regen. Yeah, the timing just doesn't work out, which I think, unless we get lucky with some subsequent timing. They're piling on a lot of poison as well. Interesting situation here. Money Tree is actually kind of keeping us in it with the poison. I think if we get lucky with a hit, like this hit coming up here, we might win in the Sandstorm. Yeah, we did get lucky with the hit, and it is enough to win in the Sandstorm. Nice. That's a big win. And our inventory will get filled up with little goodies now that we sell. And make sure we don't accidentally upgrade. This is the risk with boots. You have to keep an eye on them. That's great though. Really great. Small items can be bought and sold.
Tell everyone you got it here.
Econ 101. Me and Eco 101. Signet ring I'm going to hang on to, which means vending machine is gone. It got some good value for us, but we can't afford the inventory space anymore. How are we going for spending? We spent 32. So this won't be quite enough to get us over the line. In fact, we don't need to supply that. So when we need a cash injection, we can sell Money Tree, but I'd like to have something better to replace it with.
Nothing tiny.
10 gold will be an upgrade.
All about my
Sure, I'm going to
wish.
take this upgrade even though it does virtually nothing. I just can't resist a matching pair. So I'd like to proc the upgrade when we roll if possible. It's not possible. I'm going to proc the upgrade when I buy the next item, which means there's a chance the upgrade goes on that item, but it's so unlikely. So unlikely. Do we sell Money Tree now, or do we not mind about an upgrade? Interesting. Let's roll. Scarf upgrade is fantastic, and we spend, and we get an upgrade on balcony. So that all went very, very nicely. Gumball machine also very tempting with what we're doing, but again, just the inventory space. I think you'd have to play it over cash register. So it's worse for Money Tree, but better for Scarf. I mean, the future is Scarf, not Money Tree. So I think we dump cash register and buy the gumball machine here.
Free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
Great scaling for Scarf through gumballs. And I think Bonk is really nice, but I'd like to take on the treasure turtle, please, because I feel like some of your items could potentially work well for us. Your skills could definitely work well for us. Gold works well for our build, and it's a bit more XP, and the fight goes on for a bit longer, which is good for the Money Tree scaling. It's healing for 330. It's something. It's certainly helping with our poison matchup. I feel like it's probably going to get
Not all.
overtaken by something else, but for the time being, it's fine. Definitely not the item that we wanted to see there. Health and shield items is worth passing up the look at skills.
Try my best.
Fixer Upper has to be better than Money Tree, I think. Works better with our build. It's late to get it, but it's already at gold. We can scale it with VIP Pass. It's got balcony. I think Money Tree, and we get the money influx from Money Tree. I think that was the right move. Real shame that they killed Money Tree. I don't think it was mid-run, but certainly right before I started this run. Anyway, you're an interesting chap with the shield enchant, but not really for us. Spend 6 more and we get an upgrade. So buying robe would be a risk. I'll just leave.
If you're not growing, you're
That's
failing.
too good to pass up. Fixer Upper, even getting it late, it just has more potential than Money Tree, unfortunately.
TSM and Master Merchant, I can
Would love to proc you on a roll, which we do.
At any price.
The worst to hit would be Signet Ring or Gumball, but I think I don't want to get rid of either of those. So let's roll. It hit one of them. You piece. You hit Gumballs. Oh well. Money Tree is back, of course, because that's the way it always works. And I'm just going to buy sell these two for 8, which upgrades Fixer Upper.
Anyway, thanks.
So we have Econs in a great place. This is the key to the build. Little bit of support coming through from Fixer Upper, but not a huge amount. Our fear is disruption. Dually. Slow dually. Bug dually. Bugs, 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 bugs. It's still going. Even after the nerf, it's still strong. This slow could ruin our life. We're fine. Oh, we don't quite get there. That's super annoying. I should have been looking at that. I think we should still be fine because they're not going to be able to chew through our shield and we get another proc of the scarf. So yeah, we're still fine. So that's a relief. Really want spiky shield to be one tapping. So crit chance is great for us and scarf scaling is great for us. The improved scarf can scale all the way through the game. It's so strong. And we should be earning an enchant today as well, which can make a huge difference.
Come on then. Let's get this over with.
Interesting, but no.
And that's how a master merchant.
How are we looking for money spent? 28.
Large items. Small
Let's
items,
grab you.
grotesque.
40. No. No.
Which is
No.
according to GSM and manual.
So buying drum would proc the upgrade with a risk that it goes on drum. We really wanted to go on VIP pass, so I think we just take you
Happy to exploit.
and see if we can find a way to proc it on a reroll. Not interested in you.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
So we would proc it on a reroll. I really want to buy the briefcase though for the buy sell, but I think it's not worth the risk. So let's reroll. Oh no, we don't proc it on the reroll. I think at that point we just risk it. Tough luck if it goes on the briefcase. Please don't go on the briefcase. You piece. I have no one to blame but myself. At least you get gold coin from it. There were better upgrade targets there, to say the least.
If it's not
I took the risk
bring it back.
and I
I
lost.
want you to be happy.
Some nice scaling for us there. And I'm pretty sure we can take Dr. Vortex. I'm sure there's some disruption that could ruin our day, but especially now that Fixer Upper is going pretty hard, we kind of have some backup plans, even if the shield doesn't hit like we want. And in this case, it does hit like we want. It's going to be a tough call between Fixer Upper and Scarf for our enchant. We'll worry about that when we get to it, which is now. Okay.
You gotta know what you're fighting
I see the
for.
shield enchant, in which case we put you on Scarf to double your shield. With Spiky Shield, it's just too good. And then we look to get an aggressive enchant on Fixer Upper, which works. Scarf is still quite slow, but that's just so much shield. And with ways of converting that into damage with Spiky Shield, that's some really nice synergy. How are we looking for money? 18.
Do you have to leave already?
34. Don't think we can afford to hang on to you, but we may as well until we really need the space. 42, it's going to be another awkward one. 44. So buying Vineyard would proc the upgrade. It could go on Vineyard. Anything else is pretty good. And there's nothing we're too set about going from silver to gold anyway, so I think we just risk it. Don't think it was Vineyard that time. It was Globe, which is good if we stick with Globe. So max health is always welcome. Did not mean to buy that, that was just a pure misclick, but I guess it counts for gold spent, so it's not the worst thing in the world. We gotta go digging.
Hope you packed a change of clothes.
What are you?
You're gonna get dirty.
Not good for us, but interesting. You're very interesting, but again, not quite for us. You're very interesting, but not quite for us. Some interesting stuff. We're spending money as well, which is nice for bootstraps. Spending money on rolls. Shipment tempting, ledger tempting. Ledger's a very good item for Fixer Upper scaling. I think you got to go for it. It immediately makes the run more annoying, but it's definitely a good item. So Mac, the whole build relies on getting off a well-timed Scarf and Shield, but with the double Shield on Scarf, we're far more likely to do that now. Because even if it's not perfect timing, it still should be okay. I don't see much disruption from their side. Famous last words, they hit the slow I didn't want them to hit, but now they're slowing the shield as well. There's a lot of stuff happening. Are we going to kill them? Please kill them. Yes. What was going on there? That was a nasty, fast poison build, but we just got in there. So, we have enough space for the gumball. We sell, and we swap ledger down here, like so. Yep. Where just space is at a real premium is the issue. Nothing that we want to transform. Tempting to transform Fixer Upper, but I think it can work with our build. Don't really want any of these. I'll just take a freebie. Gumball. We really do need more inventory space. Something's going to have to go. Maybe the boots even. Has to be gumballs, I'm afraid. World's slowest gumballs here. Just look at big number go up though. That's the important thing. I don't care that Ledger isn't scaling anything else. Maybe I do. Sure, scale the shield. Value scaling on the rest of the board doesn't really matter. It's all about on the Fixer Upper. There's a lot of stuff going on here. My max health appears to be arbitrarily increasing and decreasing. Oh, it's because of Healthy Hoarder. So you can now come out in balcony and you can come back in. Inventory simulator. Weapons platform, pretty sure we can take even though you're a dangerous lad. Oasis Guardian's more my vibe though, because I feel like there's a higher chance of... I know at least your skill would be great for us. And there's no risk of losing. CDR on Scarf would be really nice. It's just so powerful. We didn't get the chance to turn into aggressive item, but it's a hell of a defensive item in the mid game. Late game you often don't get to go 7.5 seconds, but we'll worry about that when we get there. So we now come to this time where we need to clear some space. I think boots maybe go. The only silver left to upgrade that we care about is VIP pass, and I don't think we're going to put our diamond upgrade on boots, although you could make an argument for it. So I think boots are gone. Now we have a bit more space, but still not a massive amount.
If the elder could see me now.
Got to be careful of Ledger. Definitely some good Pygmalion skills with what we're doing. More health is nice. Oh, well it has to be this, doesn't it? With the amount of money we have. So every time we use Fixer Upper, we deal 316 damage. That's pretty awesome. Gives us incentive for saving up money. That's an interesting skill. Very interesting skill. Which has a bit of counter synergy with our build because we do like our buy selling. But I think we can make this work. I'd rather put shield on you. Yellow gumball's fantastic. I want the free chocolate, which means I need to clear up 2 room. What goes? Has to be Globe, I think. It's doing a good job, but the space is just so valuable for us. And gumballs are more valuable than Globe, so I think Globe unfortunately has to go. And then we just take some freebies because I'm interested in preserving money because commercial zoning is kind of a win con now. Especially at some point we can look to sell VIP pass, that's a big cash injection. So yeah, pretty happy with this. We've kind of got 2 separate win cons, although Legendary Mac is super scary. One is Scarf into shield, the other is Fixer Upper going off constantly and dealing damage equal to double our gold. Big health Mac. 324 damage every time we use Fixer Upper is definitely quite significant. As long as our timing works out here, we should be okay. Oh, we just missed out. I think with that we lose. Yeah, we were so close. Really unfortunate there. Not to lethal yet, and that was a super strong Mac build. Very unfortunate loss though, has to be said. Let's get Ledger out here. Has to be Gumballs, I am afraid. But we can do them a little quicker at least. Not the ones we wanted to see. So it's kind of a balancing act between we have to spend money, but we also want to save some money. Small and medium. Not super interested. I'm just going to take a freebie. World's stingiest Bazaar player with 162 gold. Boots is fine, but not what we're looking for. Maybe we hold on to you and see whether we can get 1 upgrade out of you. In the meantime, let's get our board back together. And take on... How do we go against Voidy? Definitely a chance we lose. I'd rather go up against Trash Titan, who your skill would be very nice. Fixer Upper shielding for 422 is pretty significant. Got to get that chant on you ASAP. That's a satisfying hit though. Kind of like that the build is 2 different win cons here.
About motivation, you gotta know what you're fighting for.
Let's get our build back in sell mode, which is this. Not what we want. Chocolate is what we want, which means boots are gone. They were short-lived. I'll take the free chocolate, thank you. Has to be... Oh, should have sold the gumball first. That was a small misplay. This is all tempting, but I think the extra XP is just too nice to pass up. I feel like we're relatively favoured for the next couple of days, the way the build works. Pig is certainly a little bit scary. Could be a crazily scaled pig at this point. But we're a bit of a menace ourselves. Let's see how we go. They're a good pig build. Definitely my least favourite character to see with this build.
Boring.
What are you rocking? Turbo Fixer-Upper, so at least you got a relatively bad enchant. You're similar to me, so this comes down very heavily to timing. That's a nasty freeze, so you're going to get in the first hit, but will get in the second, which will be nastier. This is all just a timing off. It's all a timing off, but we're building our shield quicker than you are, brother. I think we're going to get you with this hit. Yes, nice. Our scarf was just too strong there. Funny how similar the builds are. The only difference is belt versus scarf, and then the skills, of course. And I have a feeling that our commercial zoning on the Fixer-Upper may have actually helped a bit there because it was constantly wearing down their shield. Let's put ourselves in sell mode. I'm scanning the value of signet rings so that I can sell it at some point for the gold. Don't want anything here. I'm just going to take the regen. I'll take free chocolate here. Preserving that money for commercial zoning. Let's go back into attack mode. And take on Lord Arkan. Should be fine. Your spaceship would be great for us. I'm not sure exactly how it works with Scarf and Spiky Shield, which one procs first, but it'd be fun to find out. We'd 100% play Spaceship. Fun to one-tap you so your spaceship doesn't even get to go off. Ring doesn't help us. Spaceship one time? I have actually got it like 3 times in runs on the channel. Back into sell mode. You're interesting, especially now you make a vehicle. Now you make an item into a vehicle, which opens up a lot of synergy. How do you look on Scarf? You'd make Scarf 6.8. I don't like the difference between them. And here, Spiky Shield goes first, which I don't like either. Just don't think you have a place on the board. See, oh, it's an upgrade. Tough upgrade. We don't want skills because Pygmalion skills are so bad. Ledger would help us scale our Fixer-Upper faster. But I think you go Scarf. With how much it scales and how key it is to the build, I think you upgrade Scarf. So I think you're gone, even though you're good now and I can see the merit. Has to be Gumballs, I am afraid. Could have upgraded Balcony actually. I wasn't thinking of that because it was in the bag. But I don't think it changes the value, it just changes the cooldown. I still kind of like the Scarf going this hard, so no regrets. Let's go with health and shield items. That's in our wheelhouse. Take you for income. It's just too late. We'll buy, sell you. Don't want to. I'm not being too careful with holding on to money. You still got to buy, sell for this build. Some interesting lads here. Huge buff to survivability, but we're not really that type of build. Great, just a great item, but not really what we're doing. And also not what we're doing. So even though they look really appealing, they just don't fit with the build. Dooley. Bug Dooley, level 14 Dooley. So yeah, it comes down to timing here. We just shield so much. I feel like even with the disruption from that stupid blue bug, even with that, I think we should be okay. It's not Bug Dooley. What are you doing, brother? You're a haste race car dually. I think with no disruption, you're in for a rough time, to be honest. Because that tends to happen. No disruption against me is bad news, I'm afraid. So we get to 7, which you love to see. We do only have one weapon. Giving it lifesteal is relatively irrelevant, because if it hits hard enough for that to matter, we're probably winning anyway. Giving it 10% crit chance is quite nice. You're irrelevant. Wah wah wee wah. I haven't seen this skill before. So Scarf gets used automatically when we go below half health. That's incredible. It can kind of screw up the timing to play Devil's Advocate. If they get us below half health really quickly, but if that happens, they're probably winning anyway. It's use it, so... Or I think it keeps its charge maybe when it gets used through something like this. So maybe it's fine. These are both great, to be clear. But I think Emergency Shield is the better play. Yeah, don't care too much about lifesteal when it should be insta-killing. Sell mode activated. Curio for buy-selling. We'll take pretty much the lot, brother. We want to put crit on you.
That's been sitting there 20 years.
Hello?
Waiting for you.
So yeah, we're doing this just for benefit of Scarf for non-weapons and benefit of Ledger for everything. And just because everything is so cheap. It's Curio, late game Curio is one of the few ways to have an efficient buy-sell hour because items just get so expensive. So he's a great get for our build in particular. We'd like to put you on 6, so we'll put scrap on you. You can come back and we'll buy-sell the boots. Great use of money there. As is risking some coin for XP. So we're digging into commercial zoning a little bit, but I think you still got to spend your money. Got to spend money to make money. You're 8, you're 9 now. Property Baron can have some incredible stuff for us. Always a risk with this guy because he's so dangerous. But given how good your stuff is for us, I think we should be okay. And as long as you drop us to beneath half health, we get an insta-use of our shield, which is huge for us. So let's see. Yeah, works out fine. That was nothing to do with the skill, but just the timing works out fine. I would like Master Salesman, big numbers, or to a lesser extent Trader, please. I'll take it. Helps our econ quite a bit, and I'm just going to take max health here. Back into sell mode. I think we take Fins here. Just keep some... Keep a little bit of money. Fixer Upper is getting there now. Still nowhere near the level it would be at if we got it early, but it's getting there.
Are you prepared?
More health is really nice. Don't care too much about that. Can we do better? I think with how bad pick skills are, we'll just take that one. Where's that skin? Awooga! Wah wah wee wah. Alright, attack mode. Just ignore that. Legend Vanessa, level 14. Feel like we match up relatively well against weapons Vanessa. One weapon Vanessa. One shot, one kill weapons Vanessa. That's dangerous. So long as we go below half health though, freezing our Scarf is bad news. Oh, you didn't quite put us below half health, so our shield doesn't benefit. No! But we shield for so much. We shield for so much. We're fine. We're fine.
Does not defeat me.
That was a bit of unfortunate timing, but we take those. Can we get to 10? Not on lethal yet is really nice. We go to sell mode, you know the drill. Have a look at what you're cooking. Cheap. cheap, too expensive.
Think you have the coin for it?
Our scarf is going crazy mode. You're an interesting chap, but I just had an ice club run, and I think I'll draw the line at 16 for buy sell. Just had an ice club run, so I'd prefer this kind of what we're doing here, rather than trying to pivot. Take the cheap buy sell here. And we'll have another crack at Property Baron because we now block one of the skills which increase our chance of getting... Although you're an interesting chap as well. Actually, I think we go Awakened District. Because we were a decent chance of getting something useless from Property Baron. And Soul of District we could maybe try to make work. And even if not, there's some good stuff here. Especially Prosperity is great, Trickle Down Economics is great, Toughness is fine, Balcony is fine. These two we'd have to think about, but probably don't work. So just better stuff here, I think.
But not against
Yeah,
me.
that's great. Reducing cooldown of Fixer Upper more. Nothing I really am too fussed about upgrading other than maybe Ledger. What am I doing? I want it like this. So do we want to upgrade Ledger? VIP Pass, I don't think I want to upgrade. Or do I want to take a risk with skills? I think I'm going to take a risk with skills given that there's not too long left, hopefully. That's pretty juicy. I think depending on how we arrange the board, although we want you to be next to both Balcony and VIP Pass. Maybe we can get rid of VIP Pass. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Then what do we put in instead of it? That's not bad. I'm gonna roll. Not really worth it. That won't be happening. That's interesting. Do we use 5 items before Spiky Shield goes off? We use Fixer Upper twice, we use VIP Pass once, we use Spiky Shield once. Yeah, it's pretty marginal benefit. I guess we just take Sharp Corners then, even though it's not good. We missed that one. Should have just taken the upgrade. Diamond tier chocolate bars is great, but it has to be gumballs, I'm afraid. Got to keep the scaling engine going. So we can definitely look to sell VIP Pass at this point. Would be nice to have an item to put in its place before we sell it though, because we want the health from Healthy Hoarder, even if the item itself is not very good. Let's go Fins again.
Bulk up, get
Bit more shield.
solid.
Interesting day, could have gone different ways there, but I think it went fine for us. Back to attack mode. Can definitely look to sell out some of our expensive items to buff our damage dealing skill.
I may be young for a captain.
Would love to get
but I
an
see
ointment.
share of stories.
I think that can be a really strong item, just even by itself. This looks fine. That was a good freeze for us. I think we're going to hit you pretty hard here, brother. Yeah.
Time, boys.
Eesh,
Let's
nasty.
learn.
And
More
18k shield to boot. So yeah, I'm not sure the scarf needed the boost, to be honest. But anyway. Large items definitely worth a look. Activate sell mode. Ineffectively. Something like this. Although I think we'll put you on you now, because I've got in mind to sell VIP Pass. I'm sure there's some large items that would be worth thinking about. None of these, but 12 is worth it for the buy-sell, believe it or not,
Pleases you.
in my opinion. I say that like I have definitive mathematical proof. I do not. Let's think about these two for a second. No, I think I prefer Fixer Upper to you. With Balcony. I'd have to play this instead of Balcony and VIP Pass. The shield is really nice. The shield works with what we're doing. We'd be missing out on 500 shield on Fixer Upper, which is also where we want to put our enchant. So I think for that reason, no. And I think you don't quite work either at this point. So I think we pass, even though that looked pretty tempting. Could certainly make an argument for Space Scraper. That has to be good, right? Think we put it on shield. I can see why it might backfire, because really the concern is that Scarf gets disrupted, but even if Scarf gets disrupted, it gets insta-used with emergency shield. So I think it's worth making sure that our shield can't just get constantly frozen and slowed down, even though there's now a risk it goes off earlier than we'd like it to. I think that was the right play. And let's take a look at shield skills. Must be some good stuff here. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I think I'll just take base bonus shield because it works well in Fixer Upper. And I'm pretty sure we can take the freezing chap here. Although your skill is very good for us. For the sake of 1 XP that won't make a level difference, we'll go after you. Considering whether to sell out of my expensive items before this fight to try to maximize my chances of winning this fight. We're really relying on getting to 8 seconds with the Radiant Spiky Shield, which is maybe a bit greedy, but it pretty much guarantees insta-kills them then unless the timing's gone horribly wrong.
You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Yeah, I still think we're in a pretty good place. Let's move over to this situation. Come on. Like that. What just happened? What happened to my VIP pass? Brother? I guess they changed Catalyst? No! No! Oh no! That was so much money just down the drain. I really should have read Catalyst. I did not realize it had changed. Oh my god. The VIP pass just vanished. It's not a complete end to the run, but it's not good. It's not good, my friends. No, 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 no. Oh well, we go on. Another throw, perhaps? Hopefully not. So we want to play... Oh my goodness. We want to play Steam Ladle just for the extra health it's giving us. Can make a case for selling out a Signet Ring to get more money for commercial zoning, but I think given how disastrously just things just went, and up against a level 19 Vanessa, there's a high chance we're going into another day. What a disaster. VIP Pass was nice, not so much because of the value it provided on the board, but because of the value that it provided when we sold it. Oh, you're a perma-freezer. So what we're relying on here is us to drop beneath half health, and then for our Scarf to be used, which happened, but they were still just damaging too fast. Even with that timing working out quite well for us, we had nearly 6,000 poison on us. So that was just way too strong. So we're getting to the point of the game where we just run up into truly busted builds. Helps a huge amount to get enchantment on Fixer Upper. I think that's probably okay. Would be nice to have this on Scarf. Do you ever put this on Scarf? I think we need the double shield actually. But I think this on Fixer Upper is actually quite nice. It's not the flashiest, even though it looks quite flashy. But that might help us avoid the situation where we just get perma-frozen, which happens an increasing amount at this stage of the game. So that went disastrously wrong with VIP Pass, but I need to keep an eye out for a small item. Oh my god, it's just rubbing it in now. A small item to use in place of our Steam Ladle, because we need something on the board. You can double the value of our Fixer Upper, right? Yeah, which is huge for us. Huge for us. Now kind of wishing I got an aggressive enchant. No point getting income, so I'll just take a loot item. Fine. We've got so much value from those gumballs. Okay. So the build is bad, I think, for day 15. Just because while we have some disruption minimization, we still rely on getting to 8 seconds, which is pretty unlikely at this day.
You seem like a
We really need to win one of the early matches. That's fantastic. We're getting everything we need, but I still think we're fairly likely to crash out here. But all we can do is try our very best. Try our darndest. Plenty of money. Would have more if I could have sold the VIP pass.
Feel the tunes, might leave a
I think
scar,
we're better off
attached to
spending
your
money
life.
for buy-sell rather than relying on commercial zoning.
The more you get
The
hurt,
win
the
condition
more you
really
can hang
is
out.
our shield. And this is scaling the damage of our shield by scaling the healing of our scarf, or the shield of our scarf. You're what I want to see in my little spot here.
Why do my people live in forests?
Really great single
The
off,
cities
one-off
where the
item
moons
ointment,
are.
just for the cleansing
I'm gonna
effect of
rub
it,
this stuff on you.
which is
Donate.
pretty unique in the Bazaar actually. I should be putting value onto this now. Small items for a lot of scaling. We're getting to level 19 no matter what, and not getting further. So there's no point in
You can't afford
taking XP. We're just going to buy out the shop here.
By class had neither.
There's the VIP pass, it's back. Much less valuable this time.
Buyer's remorse never.
So we just get to 19, which is a nice break point. I spied with my little eye an interesting enchant there. Very interesting indeed. Damage effects. How do we play this? You can put damage effects onto Fixer Upper and it becomes a win con. You can put damage effects on Scarf, in which case, once we drop below half health, Scarf will get insta-used and hit for 5,500, which might be enough to kill. Unlikely. This is a really tough call. Or do you just put it on... Don't think Balcony has any good enchants, but I'll double check. How bizarre. This feels like a crucial decision. Balcony, the property to the left... When you use the property to the left of this, deal 20 damage. It's useless. I don't think putting it on Fixer Upper is enough to make Fixer Upper a win con, so let's rule that out. I don't think we can afford to take Radiant off our shield, as good as double damage on the shield is, because we're so likely to come up against Disruption. So I think Radiant is sticking. So the question becomes whether we get rid of the double shield enchant on Scarf to add it with damage effects. It's effectively deal 5,500 damage instantly the moment you fall below half health. And it still gives shield 5,000 damage if the timing works out, with a 45% chance to crit. I'm doing it. No! This hurts so much. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. Mac, level 20. Oh god. The scarf looks amazing, it has to be said. That was such an impactful decision. Hopefully we can insta-win or come close to it when we fall below half health. That's my logic. They have too much XP for too much health for that, but we have a 40% crit chance. Here we go, and here we go. Come on! Yes! I don't think that was because of the Obsidian enchant. I think we win even with the shield enchant. But how's that for a dramatic finish? Awesome run, even with the disastrous, calamitous mistake with the catalyst, and with the disastrous mistake with not realizing that Money Tree had been changed. Still get there to 10 wins with a stylish Scarf pig run. If you enjoyed, please click the like button and subscribe. It means a lot to such a tiny channel like this. It really does make a difference. I appreciate it a great deal, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.